king, which is the ceremony opening happened during his time. So we have one who give the order to dig it. They called one city after his name. The other one, which is he opened it during his time, they give another name, or they call the second city after his name. And then we have an old city which existed from the beginning of the Egyptian civilization by the head of the Gulf of the Red Sea, or what you call it the Suez Gulf. We call it Suez. So we have 3 cities are controlling the traffic here. The length of the canal, it is something like 110 miles long. And by this way, the width of the canal, the maximum width, they dig it is something like more or less from 700 to 800 feet wide. And by this way, it can't fit 2 different boats crossing together, especially in the narrow area like here, it is only 200 feet wide. So it's very hard for 2 different big boats to cross in the same time in 2 different directions. And that's why we have like 2 different convoys, one in the morning and one afternoon time. One starting from the north, one starting from the south. And then they got everyone take his way until they reach to this area here, which we call the Great Bitter Lake. And that is the meeting point. And then each one take his way, continue his convoy until he reached to his destination. We have a rules in Egypt saying that every boat crossing the Suez Canal is pay a tariff of money for the Egyptian government. And this tariff of money is considered as the first source of income to the Egyptian government. Average per day, $20 million per day. $20 million average per day. So by this way, if we use this money for a very good way and we don't have a corrupted government, we could be a very rich country if we know how to use it by the best way. The second source of income in Egypt is tourism, which is now goes down. So they have a way also that is, they have a speed limit. The speed limit is something like 6 miles to 8 miles per hour. They have to go so slow, because if they go so fast, the water will go by the 2 sides. That's why they have to go so slow, and they have to give a distance between each boat and the second boat up to the weight of each boat. So sometimes they keep like 1 mile distance, sometimes 2 miles distance between each boat and the second one. Each boat had to have like a guide, small boat in front of it, belong to the Egyptian government and the company of the Suez Canal. And each boat crossing the Suez Canal, it had to raise an Egyptian army, because they will deliver the captainship and the leadership of the boat to the Egyptian captain to drive the boat or lead the boat only in the Suez Canal. And then on the other side, they got the captain back again. By this way, the Suez Canal is helping Egypt so fast to raise a very good income, but in the same moment it attracts the eyes of the foreigner countries to attack Egypt. The main reason why Egypt became a part of what we call the British Empire is because of the Suez Canal. Who controls the Suez Canal will control the business in the whole world. Later, when Egypt got independence only by the year 1954, 2 years later, the British and the French and Israel, they came to attack the Suez Canal and control the whole land of Sinai and control the Suez Canal for a long time. And then 1967, also the main reason of the fight between Egypt and Israel, it was the Suez Canal. And then later, 1973, the Egyptian army, they succeed to cross the Suez Canal. Till 1970, now the both sides of the canal are in Egyptian territory after the peace treaty, which has been signed in Camp David in the United States between Egypt from one side was the leadership of Muhammad Anwar al-Sadat, the ex-president of Egypt. From the other side, the Israeli side, by the leadership of the Prime Minister of Egypt, of Israel in that time, Menachem Begin, and by the partnership of Jimmy Carter, who is the ex-president of the United States. And up to this treaty, now Egypt is controlling the Suez Canal 100%. Where we are going to cross, we are actually here now, and we are going to cross in a tunnel under the water of the Suez Canal. The whole mainland of Egypt is in Africa continent. The territory of Sinai, it's in Asia continent. So we will cross the tunnel now, and we will be overseas, and we will be in Asia continent. Do you have any questions? Everything is clear? In the pockets of the corrupted government, in Cayman Island, in Swiss banks, you never know. Any other questions?
How long does it take to travel?
12 hours, from 12 to 14 hours. And each boat has a promise from the Egyptian government that each boat will cross the Suez Canal within 24 hours. So they have some time waiting, but they will cross within 24 hours. That's meaning the waiting period will be not maximum than 12 hours.
I have a question later. So that's the when you guys contact the Suez Canal?
No. And it's not allowed to stop and take a photo of it. It's a very strategical place and it's secured all of it by the Egyptian
No
army.
military bases we saw coming in.
Military everywhere. Military everywhere.
So while we're driving, we can't even take pictures of the Suez Canal.
Of the Suez Canal, no.
Okay.
But once we go out from the area of the Suez Canal by the Red Sea, you are allowed to take photo as you like.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but it's a very strategical place.
Yes.